The population of students coming to Cyprus is on the increase every single year, despite people saying that North Cyprus is not recognized and your certificates from schools will not be validated. But yet, every single year, students flow into Cyprus like in mass. And that brings me to say, because they basically want a better experience from the life they're used to in their home countries. So welcome guys to my channel. Today we'll be talking about how you can apply for your schools by yourself, like make your admission applications by yourself. Maybe you're comfortable using an agent. You can use an agent if that's what flows for you. But then if you want to have this experience by yourself, if you want to apply by yourself, it's quite easy. So today I'm going to break down the steps and the procedures involved in application, like applying for your admission by yourself. Now, the first thing you're going to do in this application is go to the school website, whichever school at all that you want to apply to. Go to the school website, find the admission column, find where the admission form is required. Now open it up, and then you can fill out all the columns provided and attach all the necessary documents that has been required of you. So it doesn't matter the degree that you're going for, undergraduate, masters, PhD or whatnot. So just attach all the required documents and fill out all the columns that has been provided for you. So once you're done, you'll be told that your admission has been received. Now you're gonna wait for 3 weeks before they will respond whether you've been given admission or not. But then within these 3 weeks, as you're waiting, if there's any problem in your application, they're going to send you an email to tell you, okay, this document was not seen, okay, you are not eligible, or this and that. But then if you don't receive any of this information before the 3 weeks elapses, then at the end of the 3 weeks, they'll probably tell you, okay, your admission pulled through or not. Now after these 3 weeks elapses, they're going to send you an email, and attached to that email will be a conditional acceptance letter to your admission. Now even in that email, they're going to tell you that you have 5 days to accept the admission, first of all, to secure your spot. Now within that 5 days, you're going to send them an email saying that, okay, I accept this admission and this is my application ID. So they'll secure your spot for you, like you have secured your spot in the admission section. So this email will be sent to the registrar department of the school. So after you have accepted this, you're now going to go through the conditional acceptance letter that was sent to you. Now within that letter, there's going to be a tuition fee amount that will be stated. Now this differs according to nationalities. Some nationalities are required to pay a full year payment, some nationalities are required to pay a semester payment. It varies. Now if your nationality is required to pay a full year payment, then you're going to go ahead and make this payment. Now the payment method are of 2 types, which I know of. The first one is you can make a transfer to the school, which takes 3 to 5 working days before it reflects. Now if it doesn't reflect within 1 week, you have to call the admissions department of the school and find out if your payment pulled through or not. Now some countries have payment issues. I know a lot of countries that have payment issues. It takes months before it reflects. They'll tell you network this, the payment didn't go through, or something comes up. So you have to keep checking and confirming either with your bank in your home country or with the admission department to find out if your payment has pulled through. Else if you don't, you might end up staying at home till the school starts and then you don't even come at all. But then once you have confirmed that your payment has pulled through, then you can move on to get your visa. Now the second method, before I move on to the visa part, the second method is if you have somebody on ground. I know some people that make transfers to people, relatives or people that you're very, very sure of. Don't send to anybody that you're not sure of, because some people have sent to people that are not sure of and the people ate the money or squandered it one way or the other. So you have to be sure of the person that is on ground, maybe a relative or a loved one or a family friend or whoever you're very, 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 very sure of. Now the person will use this money and make the payment here in the home bank, like the bank here, and you get the receipt immediately. Now that receipt, now he or she will send it to you. You can now take it and go to the embassy. Now after you have made this payment and gotten your receipt, you're going to still forward it back to the school, and the school will now in turn send you an unconditional acceptance letter. Now this is an acceptance letter that says, okay, you're actually a student, you're now registered, you have paid your fees, and this is the acceptance letter you're going to use to go to the embassy, and this is the acceptance letter you're going to show them at the airport. Now another thing is, once your payment has been validated by the school, you go to the embassy, and the school will also send your name to the embassy. So when you get to the embassy, they are going to give you a list where you're going to check if your name reflects. Even here in school, your family members, your relatives can also go to the account department and confirm if your name has reflected on the list. Now, if your name has reflected on the list, you can now go to the embassy, confirm that your name is there, and then move on to get your interview. And I think at the end of 2 weeks, they're going to give you your student visa. Now, once you have gotten this, it's like you've gotten every basic thing you need to come to North Cyprus. Now, another thing is booking your flight. Now, a lot of people say that you must get a two-way ticket before you come to North Cyprus. No, you don't necessarily need to get a two-way ticket, because most of the people are students and they are just coming to school, and basically some people stay here as long as the end of their program before they go back to their home countries. So some people go on holidays from time to time, but then I would suggest, if you're not having any plans of traveling back anytime soon, just go for a one-way ticket. But then if you have plans of coming to check the place out, and if it doesn't suit what you think it should be, you can take your return ticket and go back. Because I know a lot of people that have come and they were not okay with the whole environment. It was not up to their expectation. They immediately took their return ticket and went back home. So it's up to you to decide. It's either you take a one-way ticket if you don't have plans of going back to your home country till the end of your program, or you take a two-way ticket if you just want to come and check the whole place out, and at the end of the day go back to your country if it's not okay with you. It's still up to you. Now, if you got a two-way ticket and you come here and you're like, okay, I love the place, I want to stay till the end. Now, there is a way you can do it. You can go to, if you booked with Turkish Airlines that I know of, you can go back to their office here. They're going to make a refund of your return tickets that you've not used, and they'll send the money back to your home country. Now, if you used an agency to get that ticket, that money will be sent to the agency. But if the money was done through you, like your bank account, you paid directly from a website or something, the money will be refunded to you, whoever it is, whatever bank account you use to make the payment. The money will be refunded straight into that account. So some people have lost the money, like you make a two-way ticket and at the end of the day you don't use it and the money just goes that way. So it's still up to you at the end of the day. So then you have purchased your ticket. The next thing is just what you're gonna pack. So the least I can tell you is either you check the video I made about things to bring when you're coming to North Cyprus, or I'll just tell you that winter is extremely cold and summer is extremely hot. So you just prepare within the season that you're coming to spend your time in North Cyprus or school in North Cyprus. So if it is fall, please pack for very cold weather. If it is within spring, getting to summer, you can just freestyle and bring something that will just keep you like light, something light. That's what I'll say. So everything is extreme. The weather is extreme in North Cyprus. So it's not snowy, but sometimes hails fall once in a blue moon, but it's not snowy, but it's extremely windy in cold weather. So that's just all I can tell you. So once you have packed your bags, the next is just for you to just move on to come to North Cyprus, and that's it. But then within this COVID-19 period, when you get to North Cyprus, you're going to be under quarantine for 14 days. Now for students, the school is going to cater for your quarantine expenses, so I don't think you're supposed to pay anything. I don't know if the regulations have changed by now, but within the time I'm making this video, the school cater for the students quarantine expenses, feeding, accommodation and all that. So I don't know about workers or tourists and all that. I think those people will cater by themselves, but for students specifically, whichever school that you applied to or that gave you admission, they are going to like cater for all your quarantine expenses. So aside that, that's it. When you get your everything, then you can come to North Cyprus, and that's about it, guys. I just said let me just tell you that you can do it by yourself, but if you don't want to do it by yourself, then you can use an agent if that's okay by you. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave an email of the agency that I use. I have used them severally. This is not a sponsored video or anything, but I use them and they're quite reliable. Even if you email them and send them any question, they're going to answer you appropriately. So the email is going to be on the screen, so you can send them an email, ask them all your questions, and they're going to answer all your questions. If you also have any other questions, you can still come onto my Instagram and ask me any question you want to ask about North Cyprus, coming as a student, coming as a tourist, coming with your family and all that. I will answer all your questions. Please, if you're going to use an agent, I will beg you to use an agent that you're very, very sure of, because some people use agents and just ask them to apply to schools, and they just apply to schools that are not even recognized or accredited even within N.cyprus as a whole. So first of all, make sure that the agent you're using is reliable, so that you don't send your money and lose your money. I have heard people message me and tell me, I use this agent, and then after a while they sent me to school, that then I got to the embassy and the embassy says that the school is not recognized. It happens. You can get admission in a school that is not recognized by the embassy, and when you get there they tell you that they don't know about the school. It happens. So you have to be sure that the school is recognized even within the Cyprus region, not just the international region as a whole. Be sure that the embassy will even acknowledge that this school exists. But then if you apply to this school, I'm sorry, your money might have gone. That's what I'll just say. So be sure to use an agent that you're very, very sure of. Or if you have a friend or family member or somebody that you can actually say, I know this person, I can trust this person, I can rely on this person, then the person can help you with the whole procedure. That's my advice. So that's about it, guys. I just want to know what you think in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit the bell button for notifications whenever I upload a video. So till I come your way again with another video, peace.